What's up, everybody? It's Mike Guy talking some skills and perks. And in case you didn't know, I think there are roughly 21 of these bad boys. You get 21 or 22 skill points throughout the game, and you get 21 or 22. I forget the number, that's why I'm saying 21 or 22. You get 21 or 22 perks as well, and you can smother and cover any of these bad boys in any way you want. This is more or less an opinion video, me giving opinions. If you don't like my opinion or you think it's worthless, then I guess tune out at this point. But yeah, after a couple playthroughs, I guess I'll give my opinion on which ones I have found the most useful and useless. So let's start with, well, let me back up for a second. In the beginner tips video, I talked about starting with this one right here, the scent thickener, and then after that you can unlock the more the merrier, increase the monetary reward gained for completing any mission by 5%. Yeah, money is king in this game, so that's how I do it every time, no matter what I'm going to unlock next. Usually next after I unlock those two right there, I go to the Stalker, and then I start to work on this. I didn't unlock level 3 on the locate tracks this playthrough. I might at some point, but you kind of get a feel for where the animal's going. You don't need it. If you get level 2, you can see the tracks further away. So the cone, it really isn't, unless the animal does something really wacky, like, I don't know, goes in like a 90-degree angle on you, you're pretty much going to be able to spot the track with the level 2 increase. And then this one right here, I mean, I always go 3 on that one. This one, man, some of these skills, and it's kind of strange because they're all like in a row right here. I'm only happy when it rains. They obviously like worded this incorrectly, or I just don't understand it. They either mean increases your visibility in foggy weather, increases your visibility in rainy weather, meaning you can see better. But I don't know if it also might mean that the animal's visibility of you decreases in foggy or rainy. I mean, I'm leaning towards you can see better. I unlocked it this playthrough for the first time just to see if I could tell a difference. And that's the problem with these skills, is that, man, you can't turn them off. So it's, sorry, I'm having a burp attack. Yeah, you can't turn them on and off. So I can't get this skill, and when it's raining, like turn it on and say, "Ooh, yeah, I can definitely see a lot better," or turn it off, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And this one right here, soft feet, I get this every single time, and I can't frickin' tell if it works, but just in case it does, I don't. Just in case it does, I get it. And this is another one of those things. The visual feedback they give us for the mechanic of how loud we're being, it's crap. I mean, I can be walking across the same type of grass or the same type of ground, and not be making any noise at all. Nothing is showing up on the speaker, and then walking the exact same speed across the exact same type of ground, boom, there's like 3 lines popping up on the speaker. So that still happens with this. I mean, I honestly, if I wish I could test it, but I can't. I might be able to using 2 different screen names, flipping back and forth, but what the hell? I mean, it'd be hard to spend 5 minutes changing screen names and reloading the game, and by then I wouldn't be able to tell a difference. I don't know. Maybe I can do it with recording it and seeing the decibels if they jump, but I don't know. So I get this every time just in case it works. This one right here, I've gotten connect the dots before because I like to use my hunter mate, just to kind of see the pattern of where the dots are going to go. Having the line kind of screws it up sometimes. If you're tracking a moose that you shot for like 20 minutes, it's happened before, you just don't hit it right. and you're tracking and tracking. Eventually these lines start to like crisscross, and like you're like, shit, well, which way do I go? Does it go this way? In other words, sometimes it makes it more confusing. And once again, you can't turn these damn things off once you get them. I wish you could. I wish there was a way to do it besides spending like $30,000 to reset everything. Oh, it's ridiculous. So yeah, if my advice is to skip this one. You can still use the TrackMate, and the TrackMate will have the cone to show you what direction to go in. I think that works better than having the line drawn anyway. So yeah, there you go. Improvised blind. Go snuggle a tree and the eye disappears. So hide behind a branch and it disappears. I mean, I don't know why you'd need to spend a skill point to do that better. It works perfectly without it. This one right here, use your binoculars or your sight, and you can pretty much pinpoint the general area pretty well. This one, man, I've unlocked this one, and it's visual overload, especially at night. There's shit flashing everywhere, So this will be like you'll have stuff on the ground, but then you'll also have bushes. It kind of fills the gap in between footsteps if they've walked through brush, but you see the footprints. A lot of ways it doesn't make sense to use it, but for me, I don't use it because it's visually overwhelming to see all this stuff lighting up everywhere. Wind prediction, shit, the wind changes directions once a day. I wouldn't use a skill point. You just know that it's going to change. This one, I've never gotten it, but hey, it might be useful. This weather prediction, look at the frickin' clouds. I mean, you can see if it's going to rain at some point, usually, or the thunder, or when it starts to rain. Because that kind of brings into this, if they say that the rain and high wind disguises your walking and your traveling, but that doesn't show up on the speaker, so I don't know if it's actually happening. So who cares if it's raining or not anyway? So all of the skills that involve weather or hearing, I can't tell if they're working. I just have to trust that they are. So I kind of, I do this just in case. I did that just to test it. Yeah, I wouldn't, whatever. This one right here gained 50. I mean, okay. Why? I mean, I think I've died in this game once, and it's because I drove my four-wheeler on purpose off a cliff. Okay. I don't, that's the least of my worries. Having 15% increase in health, it's kind of stupid. On to the ambusher. These, some of these are great. Wait a minute. This one, the group size, that is an awesome one. Investigate need zones, group size, especially if you're trying to find two bears together for a certain mission. I get a lot of questions about that can help you with that. And yeah, there we go. And on to the ambusher. This one right here is awesome, especially level 2. Can't live without it, especially when you're trying to get those missions where you need gold ratings or above. Before I had this, I shot deer after deer, and I didn't understand why I wasn't completing the mission. It's because it was like 2 points, 3 points below a gold. I probably would have known that if I had that. And this right here is probably another one of the most useful ones. And that is increased chance of attracting animals to your location when using callers. Man, get this, spam the hell out of your callers, and you're going to have animals like walking up to you. They'll be like, yo, what's up? They'll be talking to you. Literally, foxes and coyotes will come within 6 feet of you if you're in a blind. They'll run right at you. So, this one right here, sure, why not? And sight spotting. Yeah, this one right here. So when you're looking through your weapon, you can press a button and it'll spot it for you. So if you don't have your binoculars, that's a useful one. And yeah, that one right there, definitely useful. Kind of wish it was somewhere in here, because by the time you get to a point where you can unlock this, you've probably freaking bought everything anyway. So it would have been nicer to have that way back yonder. So some of these any of the collar ones are great. They really are. Oh well, nope. I take that back. This one right here, I don't care. I don't want to attract something that I don't want. So that one probably not something I'm going to spend any points on. So that, that's that. And the perks, you know what? I'm a rifle guy. I try to unlock all the stuff for the rifle. Now this perk right here, man. Um, I don't know. Both of these, I kind of like winging it. And kind of one of the most frustrating things about this game, really, as far as aiming, is they don't allow you to like keep focused on what you're shooting at. So when you're using a 7mm or the 338, and you're expecting to either drop it or really screw it up and like hurt it really bad, it's like I've never been able to like shoot and keep my eye focused on the target through the scope, even if it jerks back because of the kickback of the gun. It should still allow you to be in your scope when that happens, so you can see what happens with the animal. I don't know. I don't know if that's because they're trying to make it more difficult, but man, I don't know. It's kind of, it takes you out. It's not as immersive when, and then you try to aim back and you're aiming at the clouds. I mean, come on. Like, you'd have to be like half retarded to not, to shoot your gun. And then when you reload it, you're pointing at the sky? I mean, are you drunk? Like, why would that happen? So anyway, a lot of the aiming stuff, I get it because I feel like I should, but I rarely use it. And especially this right here, like I can't even look through my scope to see if the wind direction, or like if my shot came close to the animal. Why? I mean, what do I care about that for? I can't tell how close I come to hitting the animal. Does that make sense? It's like I can't even tell where the bullet is going. So, you're either going to hit it or you're not, basically, is how I look at it. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The handguns I unlock until I can get this one, because this is good. This is actually pretty useful. Through your scope, you can spot the animal and then click the button, and it tells you approximately how far away it is. That's probably the more useful one for the guns. Archery, I unlock this stuff just because I like to shoot the bow and arrow every once in a while. But anyway, that is it. Hope this helped slightly, a little bit. Let me know in the comment section some of the stuff that you do, and how you spread out your points and perks. And I don't know, if you have any questions, let me know. So until next time, have fun.